Hey, hello guys. So today we have come up with a very interesting video. It is about my job searching experience. Okay. So I have applied for 50 Power BI jobs. So today we'll unlock all the things what I have learned through this journey. So like I said, I have applied for 50 Power BI jobs. So some companies ghosted me, some rejected me, and few actually called me for interviews. But what I learned from this experience, that will completely change how you apply for jobs. So let me break it down for you. Uh, like I said, I have applied for 50 applications and across different industries like finance, retail, consulting, and even startups as well. So, what I have done is I have read the description. Accordingly, I have customized my resume and I tried highlighting my Power BI skills and projects and all the experience I have. And so, I already have experience in the same field. So, I have highlighted all the projects as well according to the description. Then I focused on the experience. So, but the thing which shocked me is that only 30% of the companies even responded. So, I'm not saying positive response. I'm saying about the total complete response. Not only positive, but including all the responses, rejections, everything. Only 30% responded, and so 70% completely ghost. Okay, so that was one shocking experience. So, this is what you can also expect. This everyone can expect. So, that's what I'm saying. So, only 30% of the companies even responded. So some companies rejected me within a day, while others never even looked at my application. So guess what? The ones that responded were looking for something specific. So they weren't just looking for Power BI skills. They wanted SQL expertise, data modeling knowledge, domain knowledge, and in few cases they were asking for Python as well. So now let's talk about the interviews. Out of the 8 companies that call me, almost all of them were asking similar type of questions. So if you're preparing for a Power BI job, listen carefully. So I'll cover what domains they are concentrating and what type of topics you have to check. So these are the 4 common areas from where you will get interview questions. So you can see that Power BI fundamentals, DAX and data modeling, SQL, and real world scenarios. These are the 4 topics from where you get the most of the questions. Okay. And also here's the biggest trend which I have noticed. Companies are caring more about the real world experience than just theoretical knowledge. Okay. Almost in every interview you can see that they have asked about the projects I have worked on. So it's not like just tell me about your project, not like that. So they ask you, they are expecting you to know everything from right to end. Okay, start to end, everything you have to tell. So what are the data sources which you have used? Why, what is the objective, and in some cases they were even asking what are the KPIs in your project and why this was used, why you went through this methodology, why that was not used. So it's not like just explain your project, but they genuinely want to know what use cases you have solved, what kind of experience you have, which domain you have worked. So all these things are also very important because they thoroughly want to know if you have experience real time or not. Okay, that's the reason. So if you're preparing, don't just memorize answers. Make sure you can talk about the Power BI projects with confidence. Okay. Uh, like I said, these are the 4 areas where most of the questions covered. So what I have done is, I have seen that pattern. So top 10 questions in each area I have identified and I have made note here. So these are the questions. In the fundamental area, you can see that they're asking about the differences between desktop and service, and also how you can publish the report, and what are the advantages of the service over desktop, what data sources you have used, and how you can schedule the data refresh, difference between import mode and direct query mode, how you can manage security, what is Power BI gateway, and the licensing in the Power BI, and also how you can share reports. Okay, so I'm not discussing any answers here because this scope of the video is to give an idea how you can apply to the jobs and what you have to be careful while applying the jobs, and also how you can learn from my mistakes so that you do not need to repeat it, also to show you what you have to concentrate. And along with that, this is a small snippet I am adding for each area so that you will get an idea what type of questions are asked. That's the only idea. So all these questions already with the answers I have discussed in the other videos in my channel. So again, including answers here, that doesn't make any sense. I do not want to increase the length of the video. So I'm not discussing answers here, but all these are already covered in the other videos in my channel. So just go out and check there. Okay. And here what I'm sharing is in each area only top 10 I'm sharing. Okay. Because these are the most repeated. This is for Power BI fundamentals. So this is for data modeling. So this is difference between calculated column measure and why you are using calculated column instead of measure. So that one also. So not only definition, why you are using calculated column, why you have used only calculated column, why not measure. So that kind of questions I have faced, you will also face. How do calculated columns and measure affect performance? So is there performance difference? And what is row context? What is filter context? So how sum x is different from sum? How you are creating running total? What is the difference between related and lookup value? How do you handle circular dependencies? All these questions you must be knowing if you are already preparing, but if you do not know, learn it immediately because these are like must know questions. And if you are not able to find answers, just comment down in this video. I'll definitely provide you with answer. But already I have discussed these questions in other videos, so you can check out there as well. And then SQL. SQL just take screenshot of this and just practice these questions because these are very repeated questions. Okay. And then for real world scenarios as well, this optimization, I have seen a trend that in every interview they are asking questions about optimization. So maybe because it is very important to improve the performance, right? So maybe that's the reason. So there are different questions in this as well. Just take a snapshot of this as well and practice these questions. Okay. This I have included just for your information. Okay. And then let's continue with our video next area. So, and of course not all interviews went well. So in fact I got rejected in some rounds as well because of one big mistake what I done. So what I have done is I underestimated the case study or scenario based questions. Okay. So one company, what they did is they asked me to design a dashboard for a e-commerce company with real-time insights. And I have actually answered well. But what I have done wrong is I did not ask any enough follow-up questions. Okay. I just did whatever they asked me to do. That much only I have done. I haven't asked them any follow-up questions and I wasn't showing the enthusiasm which they were expecting from me. Okay. So that's where that was like first interview which I have attended. So after like when I'm looking for transition, I'm already working. So I was looking for a switch and I have attended the interview. So I was kind of facing this type of question for the first time. So I did not know how to respond. So I wasn't showing that much of enthusiasm. I think because of that, they were expecting more from me. So if you are attending interviews, just don't just keep solving whatever they ask, but also try to explain what you are doing. Also, if they are asking you to write a query, don't just silently write it. Or if you're asking you to create dashboard, don't just silently do it. Talk to them. Keep telling what you're doing, and also keep asking questions. And also, it's not like only creating dashboards. You have to think like a business analyst and Power BI developer, and you have to keep asking questions. That's the only way you will make the work better. Okay, so that thing you have to take. This was one mistake I have done. Also, practice a lot of case study questions and scenario based questions. Okay, when I went in, I went with my experience and my technical knowledge. Okay, but I did not practice scenario based questions that much, and I did not practice case studies that much. But if you are an experienced professional looking for transition, you have to practice those as well. Okay, that was one thing I want to share. Okay, so and if you're preparing for interviews, don't just practice technical questions, but also take care of all things. Okay. And other thing what I want to tell is these are some unexpected findings. Okay. So one surprising thing is that some job descriptions itself were misleading. So many roles require other skills as well. So you have to check the full description. I'm not saying don't apply, but if you are seeing many other technologies inside the description, then what you have to do is you have to read the description properly and then only you have to apply. Okay. Another thing is networking helps. So the best response I got from where the companies were, I had a LinkedIn connection. So recruiters even directly reach out to me because I have good LinkedIn profile. Okay, this really happens. So keep updating your LinkedIn profile and keep posting content. Not only teaching or anything. You can whatever you learn, you can make a post about it. If you are doing a project, you can make a post about it. It definitely helps. Recruiters actually reach out to me directly because of my LinkedIn profile. Okay, so you have to do that. So after applying for 50 jobs, here's my biggest takeaway. Just knowing Power BI isn't enough. You need SQL, DAX, storytelling skills to stand out. So if you want any additional info from me, just comment on. Thank you.